just because Gandhi started his political career in South Africa, Africans think that, he's a great guy, but lately they have been finding out.
Some students of Ghana's premier university, the University of Ghana, are demanding for the removal of a statue of Gandhi from the university's premises. Their reason? Mahatma Gandhi was an anti-African and a black racist in thought, words and deeds.
The statue of Mahatma Gandhi has been a subject of controversy for some few weeks now among lecturers at the University of Ghana. Now, the statue, which was unveiled in June this year, essentially was donated by the Indian government, has brought lots of controversy because Mahatma Gandhi, as it were, is known to be anti-black and a racist.
Someone said something about Gandhi being racist. And I was like, huh?
He was divisive, racist, and classist, oppressive even toward his own people. The statue says his life is his message, and that is the sad part, because his life is something that has not been told correctly.
Most people in the world know about Gandhi through Richard Attenborough's film, which was really a terrible distortion of history.
But the real Gandhi was a hateful Gandhi. And
the real Gandhi spewed racism against Africans.
He only referred to Africans as Kafirs or savages.
During his stint in South Africa, he looked down on black people in Africa. He called them Kafirs.
He hated the South Africans, the natives. He thought that the Kafirs were uncivilized. He compared them to animals.
And he calls them savages and Kafirs.
He referred to them as savage, half heathen, 1 degree from an animal, kafir, which is a very derogatory term. So all of these things.
He sought to denigrate blacks to a lower level, and he used language which was clearly racist, such as kafir. These are raw people, these are naked people who cannot stand for their own right. Therefore, there should be different status for Indians and for blacks.
He always fought for whites to be superior and for blacks to be inferior. And when he came with the idea of equality or a complex system in South Africa, it wasn't so that the blacks could be treated better, but it was just so that the Indians wouldn't have to be treated like blacks.
Gandhi believed in racial segregation. His first victory in South Africa was to campaign for a third entrance to be opened in the Durban post office, so Indians would not have to use the same entrance as Kafirs.
He chose to further participate in the denigration of African people.
He was actually very much so instrumental in that apartheid system that was set up in the early 1900s, to the point to where he's thought of as being the father of apartheid.
Now, another thing that he's known, especially amongst the black people in South Africa, is as the father of apartheid. Now, they are talking about this in terms of institutionalized apartheid. Before this, it was British at the top, everyone else underneath. Now, Gandhi, he appealed to the British saying, look, we're all Indo-Aryans. So as Indo-Aryans, you shouldn't let us be associated and classed with the raw Kafir again. Now, later on, people who didn't know about Gandhi's earlier role, they say, oh, look, we looked at Gandhi and we got inspiration to fight against apartheid. But they don't know that if it wasn't for Gandhi specifically, not all the Indians, Gandhi specifically, they wouldn't have had apartheid as it existed and as it manifested.
There has been a very distressing misrepresentation of history by the court historians, and it is a scandal that's basically hidden in plain sight.
The racist past is what we think it should be exposed for the world to know, because there seems to be a gloss over that aspect of his life.
And to erect a statue like that, to erect the tons of statues that we see all over, to continue to propagate him as a man of peace, is a slap in the face.
It really, is a blow to the dignity of African people.
I am a staunch believer of the African personality and identity and the dignity of Africans. And so, to find such a racist statue on our campus, it's more insulting than I could have ever imagined, and that I support that statue to be pulled down.
I think that the guy is a racist, and
I'm not sure his statue should be allowed to be in the school because it doesn't serve as a good example for we the students over here to learn from. So I think that statue should go off.
There's a problem with the statute in the sense that Gandhi has a racist past, and in a situation or an environment where we champion the cause of equality, racial equality, I don't think that this statute has a place here.